returning to the long list. What was the nature of your conversations with Vice President Harris regarding these issues?
I had regular meetings, standing meeting once a week that probably happened 2 or 3 times a month on average with the Vice President. I don't recall anything specific, but clearly this issue of ages are one of, if not the biggest challenge here. She too pushed on, making sure that he was in the right settings and presented at his strongest from public appearances.
Did Vice President Harris ever just ask you something along the lines of, Mr. Zients, is he okay?
No, not that I can recall.
When was the last time you spoke with Vice President Harris?
The Vice President called me once in that first month or two. She and the second gentleman were on the phone, and it was probably 3 minutes just saying hi. Otherwise, I've not spoken to her.
In the first month or two, you mean post-administration?
Yes, thanks for clarifying. Yes, after January 20th.
And your conversations with President Obama regarding age, what was the nature of those conversations?
Look, I think it's been widely reported that President Obama, post the debate, thought that the president should consider getting out of the race. I want to emphasize, we never had any discussion about his ability to do the job.
But did President Obama raise concern about his ability to win re-election?
Yes.
When was that conversation?
I had some contact with President Obama around the turn of the year, so these dates are always tricky, 2019 going to 2020. And he felt that the campaign was not enough of an emphasis in terms of the balance with governing and campaign, and he was pushing for more time, more resources, more leadership on the campaign. So he was worried about the re-elect prospects. And then I had the contact that I just talked about post the debate. Now, I want to be clear that I was in touch with President Obama other times because he, was someone that one could get advice from, but specifically on AI and AI policy, which was an emphasis, particularly in the 18 months of my tenure, last 18 months of the administration. And President Obama took a real interest in AI and technology, so we would do periodic meetings with him where I'd gather some of the team and we would get his views, and it was really helpful.
That's interesting. President Obama, how often would you have conversations with him about AI, do you think?
I bet we had 5 or 6 conversations across that 18 months.
Did he weigh in on policy?
No, he just provided his perspective on what was happening. He's very tied into the tech community. So it was good to get his perspective.
I'll get myself in trouble if I ask many questions about AI because I know nothing about AI. Is President Obama a Grok guy?
I don't know.
During your conversations with President Obama, did he ever ask you if, in fact, President Biden was okay?
I don't recall any specific things about that. I mean, there was, is he able to win? It was certainly a part of it. But I think President Obama, here I'm going to be very unclear on dates, and I helped with the schedule, my office helped with the scheduling of this, I remember. Did come to spend time with President Biden. I feel like it was maybe the spring of 2020, 2020. And they spent time together, and I think he walked out. I don't want to put words into the president's. They were talking about the re-elect, and he walked out of that feeling good that the focus was there and that it was a winnable race.
Sorry, 2020 or 2024?
Sorry, 2024. My apologies. The struggle was always with when is the election, but yes, 2024. Thank you for clarifying.